Hello students, today we would move ahead with the factors determining choice of channels. In my last video, I had given a bird's eye view on the topic types of channels, which is no longer in syllabus, but just in case of Viva or in a few MCQs this may provide a good hint. So we studied that the two types, direct and indirect. Now we would see what are the factors that we must keep in mind before we decide on any types of channels. It can be a direct or zero level channel, it can be an indirect channel in which we can have 1, 2 or 3 levels channel. So whichever channel we decide would impact our costing as well as profit margins. So we have to keep a certain factors in mind while selecting our intermediaries. In that, the first one is product related factors. So the important product related factors include any type of product which is industrial or consumer, or a perishable or non-perishable product. What is the unit value of the product and the degree of complexity of the product. Say if it is the industrial product, which are usually technical and made to order or expensive, are purchased by few buyers. It's kind of B2B, business to business transaction. So here the products require shorter channels, that is direct channel. Here from our litho note, I would suggest all of you to make two columns, direct channel and indirect channel. Under the direct channel, you may write down all the types of goods which would follow direct channel, and under the indirect or long channel, you may write down all the types of goods which may need this type of channel. So in this way, it would be easier for you to remember which product goes into which channel. Otherwise, also from the understanding viewpoint, it is quite easy that the industrial products are not to be supplied to wide and scattered consumers. Rather, they are to be supplied only to few business houses. So we may use direct channel involving no or a few middlemen. Second is consumer products. As we understand that consumer products are usually standardized, less expensive, less bulky and non-technical, and also they are frequently bought. So these products can be distributed by long network channels. So consumer products, just keep in mind, we have to make sure that these products are to be made available to a good wide geographical area. We have to use long network involving many middlemen. The third is perishable products like fruits and vegetables or dairy products are best sold through shorter channels because they are perishable in nature. If you keep long channel, by the time it reaches the customers, it may not be of good quality or worth usable. On the other hand, if it is a non-perishable product like toiletry products or groceries or fabrics which have longer shelf life, can be sold through longer channels to reach widespread customers. In the same way, if the unit value of the product is low, in case of most of the convenience products, longer channels are preferred because people would like to buy it on a recurring basis. While in case of high value products like jewelries or consumer durables, you may use shorter channels because if you keep on having the longer channel, it would further increase the price of the goods. Similarly, in case of complex products requiring technical specifications, shorter channels are used, but if a product is non-complex, it is sold through the longer channels. Very easy here, you have to just categorize into two, whether it is a consumer product or it is an industrial product. If it is industrial, shorter channels. If it is consumer or perishable, then if it is a perishable, then shorter, consumer, then longer. That is the reason I advised you to make two columns, short channels and long channels, and then start putting the names or the types of product under each. Second is company characteristics. The financial strength of the company and degree of control it wants to hold on other channel members would affect the choice of channel. Say if you want to adopt direct channel, then a lot of funds have to be invested in fixed assets. Like you have to have your own retail outlets and a large number of sales force. You have to pay them salaries. Also, you have to keep enough good quality stocks into these channels. But if you are keeping indirect selling through intermediaries, then you might not have to deploy huge funds because those intermediaries would take care of other things. So, if a firm has plenty of funds, it may go for direct distribution, but if spare funds are not available, it can go for indirect channels. Similarly, if you want to have greater control over your channel of distribution or channel members, then you may keep short channels because you do not want to have many intermediaries. But if the management do not want more control, say a seller of Colgate or seller of Close Up, why would he like to have more control over the intermediaries, right? They just want their goods to be sold. So they would have longer channels, but the showrooms like Nike and Adidas would certainly like to control the appearance of the store and the quality of goods they sell. So they would go for the shorter channels because they want to control the other issues also. So in case if you do not have enough funds and you do not care of the intermediaries, you may take longer channels. But if you have spare funds and you want to have greater control over your channel members, you may go for the shorter channels. The third one is competitive factors. If the competitors have selected a particular channel, say chemist shop, for the sale of toiletries, right, then you may also go for the similar channel. So it's like wherever your competitors' goods are, even your goods would be there. So it depends on the other firm whether it wants to go with the competitors' channel of distribution or you want to be different. Of course, mostly this factor is considered before we decide any intermediary, because if you are selling mineral water bottle, you are selling a toothpaste, you are selling a hair oil, you would of course like to be where the other goods of the similar nature are, right? You won't be of course no going to a very different channel wherein the customers do not expect you. Say the customers normally do not expect a mineral water bottle in say a bicycle store, so why would you keep there, right? So you have to be with your competitors wherein even customers expect you to be there. The fourth is market factors. Important is the size of market, geographical concentration of potential buyers, and quantity purchased have bearing on choice, have influence on choice. In case the numbers of buyers is small, like for the most industrial products, shorter channels are used. But if the buyers are large in number, say in case of most convenience products like soft drinks, we buy soft drinks more often than we buy any industrial good, isn't it? So in this case, we need longer channels. Very obvious, because customers of this kind of convenience products are there everywhere, while the customers of industrial buyers are very concentrated, say in only industrial area. So if the buyers are concentrated in small place, shorter channels are used, but if they are scattered and dispersed over the big geographical area, longer channels are used. Similarly, if the size of order is small, then in case as in case of most consumer products, right, you buy a toothpaste in say very smaller quantities like one or two, you don't buy tens or 15s of them. So in this case you need to have larger number of intermediaries. But if the size of order is large, say you are going to buy jewelry, right, even if you buy one piece, it's considered to be a big order, then direct channels may be used. The last factor influencing the choice of channel is environmental factors, the fifth one. Another factor include other influencers like economic condition and legal constraints. Say for example, in a depressed economy, marketers use shorter channels to distribute the goods in an economical way, because if you have more intermediaries, you have to pay commission or profit margin to all of them, right? Legal constraints also sometimes matter. If you are buying franchisee, then you have to follow all the terms and conditions written in that franchisee agreement. So environmental factors, economical factors and legal constraints also would affect how do you choose to have your intermediaries into place. So this is all about factors determining choice of channels. In my next video, I'll be going for components of physical distribution. Again, this is removed from the syllabus this year due to pandemic, but I'll be just giving you the introduction of each, which is very obvious. We have studied this in Form 11 as well. So I'll not be going in depth, but I'll be giving you a bird's eye view. In our litho note, these topics are given with explanation. You may refer to them whenever you are free or whenever you want to just have a look at this topic. So, and then we would be moving towards the last P of marketing, that is promotion, right? Till then, stay safe, stay blessed. Have a nice day.